Hello, I'm Bill Bailey. You're watching the Kerrang podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Kerrang podcast. Here I am with Bill Bailey, who's headlining the Saturn stage tomorrow night.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about the biggest outdoor
Very excited.
performance?
Very excited. Totally stoked about it. It's like it's probably, it's the biggest gig I've ever done. In terms of the numbers but more than that, the fact that it's a festival. It's a rock festival. It's a metal festival. It's the main stage, and I'm headlining it. It's just all of those things combined mean this is it's probably the biggest gig I've ever done.
Right.
It is definitely the biggest gig, not probably, without a shadow of a doubt.
Excellent.
The biggest gig I've ever done. Yeah.
So I mean, have you been building towards this moment for your whole career?
Yeah, my whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, for the last 20 years, I've been playing music festivals of one kind or another around the country, around the world, and comedy has been increasingly a bigger part of that. You see comedy stages. There's been a comedy stage at Glastonbury for a long time. Reading, some of the V festivals, Tina Park, all these kind of festivals, and festivals around the world as well. I've just been performing in America in Bonnaroo.
Oh, right.
And where I saw Opeth this year, they were on as well. So, there's a huge appetite for it now at festivals. I think and what I also notice over the years is that there's a kind of big crossover between music and comedy fans at festivals, and I think metal fans as well. A lot of metal fans are, there's a kind of a crossover with comedy. So I think it's hopefully it's a good mix. It's a good crossover. It's a kind of the audience that will come here is a kind of audience that go and see comedy gigs. So that's the thinking behind it.
And this is the perfect place for you to exercise your the more
the inner
metal
rock god.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Well, the metal side of it is kind of definitely come out of the fore. It's something I've always wanted to try and work in is some double kicks, some roaring, growling. I've got the whole bit is going in the set. All the things I've always wanted to do. And the thing is, it's the sort of the environment to do it. And so I was saying about the band. Having a band means that a lot of the songs that I do just with me are now sort of fleshed out into a full sort of metal arrangement of them. So which is a great sort of fulfilment of a dream in a way.
Yeah. How did you assemble the Bill Bailey A-Team of rock?
Well, I've thought of a name for him as well. Satan Said No. Too evil for hell.
Nice.
And Satan said no. And basically. We just asked around, and a lot of people were very keen. And I think the thing is that it's something different, like sort of musicians are, these guys are brilliant musicians, they're working all the time, different bands. But doing this is something a bit different, because we rehearsed it quite organically, and everyone pitched in an idea. And I think that's that's kind of quite an attractive part of it for musicians, because they think they feel they have an investment in it, and just absolutely right, We've kind of worked things out in the rehearsal room, like we did the, Enter Sandman on the car horns. That was just kind of
That's
just
really
happened.
Kicked off and
happened. So it has gone totally. It's mental, and that just happened because everyone was really sort of in tune, thinking about it, and everyone was working together towards the gig. So it's been great. It's been great fun.
Excellent. On Friday nights, you missed Metallica, but is because you were with another legendary rock band.
Yes. Well,
tell us about that?
Deep Purple phoned me up and said, would I come and jam with them at the Albert Hall? And I couldn't really say no, really.
Cool.
So
what did that entail?
Well, that involved me. It's sort of kind of in the sort of car horns, ballpark. I was actually playing "Smoke on the Water" on the tune "Cowbells." Right. So it's another lifetime ambition ticked off.
Cool.
So that was great fun.
It's a big weekend for you.
It has been. It's been a rock weekend. It will be. It's going to be epic.
You've been making sort of podcasts in your bunker, and kind of giving us little teasers about what to expect from tomorrow night's show. Yeah. So you've talked extensively about the Devil's Code and how important it is to metal. What else can we expect from tomorrow night?
Well, as I'm talking about, obviously the metal genre. There's I'm going to examine what the metal bands, the names of bands, where they come from. I'm talking about that. The fact that a lot of them come from Sweden, and that and America. That seems to suit the death metal genre. Not so much West Country. You don't get many West Country metal bands. Hello. we're destroyed by Stoots, and no, you don't tend to hear that.
Right.
So Welsh, I don't know. There are some Welsh metal bands. I don't know. Just something about the accent. You can't. It's not. They can't take it seriously at all.
Yeah. What about Bullet for My Valentine?
But,
don't think they'd be offended by that.
No, I think so. No, I think there's actually no Welsh. Actually, Welsh works really well. It's just West Country done, and or Australian for some reason because they're so upbeat. It's too sunny and optimistic. So there's a bit about that, and there's also a bit about. I mean, one of the things I'm really pleased with the way that it's worked out is we just started messing around with folk stuff because I play the bouzouki in the show, and I was working out some folk tunes, and we started playing them. I said, let's try it in the style of Rammstein, and it seems to work really well. So there's a whole kind of Rammstein kind of medley towards the end of the show where we reimagine some Kraftwerk stuff in a Rammstein, because I think Rammstein are just basically Kraftwerk but more angry, and on fire.
Yeah, that's cool. Will you be bringing out loads of pyro to kind of suit the?
I don't know. I don't know whether I can run to that. I don't know whether I've been allowed. I think the pyro quota has been taken. I'm like
sparklers,
lighters.
Yeah,
one of those things you light a kitchen, the gas fire with. Little clicker. Yeah, I got one of them.
Fantastic.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So the pyros will be mental pyros.
Brilliant, the best kind, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And finally, so you're closing the Saturn stage, and then Slipknot go on after you on the other side of the field. Do you have a gas, some sort of mask or a boiler suit? Could you join in?
Yes, well, you'll see. You'll find out tomorrow.
Brilliant. Well, that sounds a great place to end tonight's interview. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're very welcome. All right,
and pleasure to meet you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Good on you.